Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into some absolutely game-changing tools from dialectical behavior therapy. If you've ever completely frozen up when trying to set a boundary or felt your emotions totally hijack a difficult conversation, well, you're in the right place. We're going to break down exactly how you can communicate your needs with grounded authority and calm confidence. Let's get right into it. Here is a quick look at our agenda for today. We'll start by mapping out personal boundaries, then explore what it means to operate from a wise mind. After that, we'll unpack the incredibly effective Dear Man framework, talk about delivering your message with assertive confidence, and wrap up with how to maintain respect in your relationships. Section 1. The Map of Personal Boundaries. Think of your boundaries as a literal map. Seriously, it's a set of personal guidelines that protect you from being manipulated, and it shows others exactly how you expect to be treated. Without this map, you're basically leaving your emotional and physical comfort entirely up to chance. But with a map, you dictate your destination. You are in control. Now, there's a stark contrast between healthy boundary setting and unhealthy reactive behaviors. A healthy verbal boundary takes true ownership. You use I statements, and you politely but firmly ask for what you need. Unhealthy boundaries, on the flip side, look like interrupting, blaming, and using aggressive or manipulative ultimatums. Remember, our goal here is always clarity, not combat. Section 2. Operating from wise mind. Before we even think about communicating our boundaries, we really need to take a step back and check our internal psychological state. A core concept in DBT is finding that perfect intersection between raw feeling and cold reason. And that intersection is what we call the wise mind. On one side, you've got the emotional mind, driven entirely by impulsive feelings, which, let's be honest, can quickly lead to poor decisions. On the opposite side is the rational mind. This one relies purely on facts and cold, hard logic, totally ignoring the human element of emotion. But the wise mind, that's the sweet spot right in the center. It's a balanced state where we fully acknowledge our authentic emotions, but we don't let them take over the driver's seat. It allows us to make decisions that are perfectly aligned with our values. Section 3. The Dear Man framework. This acronym is the absolute cornerstone of DBT's interpersonal effectiveness skills. As we touched on in our earlier discussion about assertive communication, Dear Man is a highly effective framework designed specifically to help you set healthy boundaries and clearly communicate exactly what your needs and wants are. So let's break it down, starting with the first half, DEAR. This tells us exactly what to say to structure our request logically and empathetically. D stands for describe. You begin by describing the specific situation or problem using clear, objective facts. Stick strictly to what is happening and avoid making assumptions or judgments. Next is E for express. This is where you express your genuine thoughts and emotions about the situation. You want to be authentic and use I statements to take ownership of your feelings, actively avoiding defensive or aggressive language. Then we have A for assert. You clearly and firmly state your boundary or exactly what you need. Again, rely on I statements to express your request assertively and respectfully. Finally, R is for reinforce. Here, you explain the positive benefits of your request. You're basically providing a reason or incentive for the other person to agree, highlighting how your request benefits both of you. Let's look at how this plays out in action with a professional scenario. Imagine dealing with colleagues running late. For describe, you'd say, I noticed that we've been running late for our meetings lately. Just the objective facts. For express, you add, I feel frustrated when we're late because it's important to me to be on time. Then you assert, I would like us to start our meetings on time so that we can get through everything we need to discuss. And finally, you reinforce. If we start on time, we'll have more time to work on other important tasks later. See how well that works? It's clean, clear, and totally avoids the trap of aggressive accusations. Now, the second half of the framework, MAN, dictates how you actually deliver that message. M stands for mindful. You need to stay mindful of your own emotional reactions and the other person's perspective. Keep your language respectful and non-judgmental, take deep breaths to stay calm, and avoid jumping to conclusions. A is for appear confident. Even if you feel nervous or unsure, deliver your message with a confident tone of voice and strong body language. Maintain steady eye contact and avoid slouching or fidgeting to show that you are serious about your boundary. Lastly, N is for negotiate. Be open to compromise. Setting a boundary doesn't necessarily mean being entirely rigid. It involves considering the other person's perspective and collaborating to find a solution that actually works for both parties. Section 4. Delivering with assertive confidence. We know the framework, but actual execution in the real world requires overcoming our own internal hesitation. When you feel nervous about speaking up, just pause. Ask yourself, why am I holding back? Remind yourself that you have full permission to ask people for what you need. Pushing past the illusion of conflict is the only way to establish true self-respect. Because setting a boundary is not an act of hostility. In fact, assertiveness presented confidently is beautiful. It's simply an act of clarity. It reduces anxiety for you, and honestly, it actually reduces anxiety for the people around you too, because they no longer have to play a guessing game about what you want or where your limits lie. But here's the catch. Your assertive voice has to be paired with persistence. Setting a boundary once is rarely enough. The assertive voice comes with the follow-up, meaning you don't give up easily. You've got to be willing to be the squeaky wheel that gets the grease, continuously ensuring your boundary is respected and maintained. Section 5. Maintaining respect in relationships. Finally, let's explore 2 quick supplementary skills to preserve your relationships after a boundary has been set. First is the give skill. It's the perfect toolkit for keeping conversations calm. You stay gentle by avoiding a harsh tone. You act interested by asking questions to understand their point of view. You validate by acknowledging their feelings and experiences. And you maintain an easy manner by keeping the conversation relatively light. This ensures you can hold your ground without burning a bridge to do it. Meanwhile, the fast skill ensures you maintain your own self-respect. You are fair to others. You offer apologies, but crucially, only when necessary for actual mistakes. Resist the urge to over-apologize simply for having a boundary. You stick to your values without compromising your core beliefs, and you speak the truth honestly and constructively. Ultimately, you are the only one who can take ownership of your personal map and establish your emotional and professional safety. Waiting around for someone else to magically recognize your unspoken needs is just a recipe for resentment. Someone needs to step up, and that someone has to be you. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a final question to challenge how you step back into your daily interactions. How will you hold yourself accountable for maintaining your boundaries and not compromising your needs in the future? Next time you feel that friction, take a deep breath, access your wise mind, and run through the Dear Man framework. You have the tools to assert your worth. Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next explainer.